The Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary was a maximum security prison located on Alcatraz Island in San Francisco, California. The prison first opened in 1934 and lasted until 1963. Alcatraz gained notoriety for being the toughest prison in America, considered by many to be the world's most fearsome prison. After 14 escape attempts, prisoner abuse, and dozens of other allegations, the prison now stands as one of the most haunted spots in the world. But what does all of this have to do with GTA San Andreas? Well, let's find out. The three main locations in GTA San Andreas, Los Santos, San Fierro, and Las Venturas, are based on real-life locations in the United States: Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Las Vegas. And since Alcatraz is located in San Francisco, it makes sense why people suspected the island to be in GTA San Andreas as well, and they weren't wrong for suspecting so. Although the island isn't present in the final version of the game, that wasn't always the case. It was actually implemented in the beta version. If we go to Lil Probe In, we can spot a map of San Andreas with supposed UFO sightings marked on it. And if you look closely, near the Gantt Bridge, which is modeled after San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge, you can see an island that's not in the final version of the game. It would only make sense for the island to be the Alcatraz Island. There's also a mention of a supposed prison situated in that area in the mission Interdiction.
Carl, I need you to do me a favor.
Yeah, I'll do you a proper injury, man. What you knowing about my brother?
Relax. He's in prison upstate. D-Wing, cell 13.
In the dialogue, Mike Turano says that Sweet is, quote, in prison upstate, D-Wing, cell 13, unquote. So, during the development, specifically while the interdiction mission was made, there is a probability that Alcatraz was still in the game. But what's also really interesting is that in its real-life counterpart, the D block was probably the roughest of them all, specifically cells 9 to 14, which were known as the Hole. And in the game's dialogue, we find out that Sweet was being held in, you guessed it, D block cell 13. Now, there's probably nothing more to this than just a reference, but still, it's a pretty important detail. So, going back to San Andreas' Alcatraz, let's take another look at the beta map and compare it to the current map of the game. Maybe the island isn't the only thing that's missing. If you take a close look at both maps, side by side, you can notice a couple of things right away. First of all, the big island near the Gantt Bridge, which we can safely say was supposed to be the Alcatraz Island. But above it, you can see that Bayside is missing. Although if you want to see all of the differences between the two maps, I recommend you watch Badger Goodger's video called GTA San Andreas Beta Map San Fierro Analysis. It's really interesting. But what I really want to point out is the fact that a lot of people speculate that the supposed island that's present in the beta map is simply the large container ship that we can see in San Fierro Bay. But that's not the case. So what can we do with all of this information? We know for a fact there is no way of accessing the island without mods, of course. Well, no need for mods. Even with the island missing, people have reported strange activities in the area, such as the island appearing from specific angles, inmates screaming for help, and other kinds of paranormal activities related to its real-life counterpart. Now the only thing that's left is to actually go and investigate for ourselves.